So take your roller right at your low back and then lay on it so that you can take your hands behind your head. Let your elbows go wide. And I've got the roller right at my like lower mid back. And then using your heels, start to roll forward and back and just going like a few inches at first. And then noticing is we're all going to be a little bit different as to where we need the stretch. The hands behind the head are to help hold the head and also to bring more expansion into the chest. So let your elbows go wide. And if you feel like your head is not supported, just make sure you're using your hands there. And if you can, let your head go back. But if it's too much of a back bend, then stay upright as much as you need if you need the chin tucked a little bit. And then just keep going, rolling forward and back, using your feet to help do the movement. And just if there's a spot that you want to stay in, I like to just find that part at the mid upper back and let the head come back. If you don't need the hands there, you can let your arms go out to a T and let your head come back. And really important here, as you're holding it, continue holding it and breathe slower and longer into your rib cage. So you want to feel it expand with your inhale. And exhale, feel the ribs soften. So this is really good for increasing our lung capacity. So nice, long, wide breath, opening up the ribs. And a nice, long breath. Let your jaw relax. Just a few more breaths in this position, really allowing the muscles between the ribs to expand. Again, one more. I can feel my back cracking. And then we'll start to tuck the chin. Use your feet to roll you forward. Taking your roller, and we're going to sit on the roller. So we'll start with the left glute. Roll onto the left glute on your roller, and then go forward and back. So you're using your heels again to help hold you up. Obviously, your hands are also holding you up. And then try to roll towards your left a little bit more. Get into the spot between your hip bone and your hip joint, right in between that space. And then we'll roll more towards center. And if you've got one of those smaller ones like mine, then you can even dig right into like with the edge of the roller into the glute. If this is like your first time doing it, then it might feel pretty sensitive, so don't force anything. Try to find any knots, anything that feels extra sensitive. You can put a little bit of more time, not necessarily more pressure, but just a little more time to let it release. And then we'll go over to the other side, the other glute. So trying to sit on that right glute and then rolling through. Right at the hip to the hip joint, trying to get into that fleshy spot through the glutes. And of course, we don't want it to be painful, but there is like a good pain. And then putting any extra time on any knot you might be feeling. Just a couple more on this side. And now from here, we're going to come onto the hands and knees. Take the roller at your thigh. The left leg will extend, so you're right on the roller. I guess it's hard to see because I've got this black mat and a black roller, but you want to try and roll along the top of the thigh. So I've got my right knee down beside me, and I'm using my hands and my right knee to hold me up and roll forward and back. You can also add like the little lean so that you can get into the inner thigh. Still using that right foot and hands to help stabilize. And then we're going over to the outer IT band, so you can just use your hands and your right foot again as you roll the outer edge of the left leg. Going up to the top of the hip a little bit. And again, just finding we're all going to be a little bit different as to where we need the extra pressure. So don't bypass any sensation if you need a little more time in a certain spot. And then we'll switch. So taking the roller over to the right thigh. Use your hands and left knee. And then we're just rolling up and down the length of the right leg. From the knee to the hip. Rolling onto the outer edge. Using your hands and your left foot. Right at the top of the thigh is a really nice pressure point. And then we'll roll to the inner thigh. Using that left knee to help. And then we'll come back to table and we can take the foam roller aside. Adjust your mat if you need to. And now we're coming into table. So staying in table, you can have your foam roller off to the side. Spread your fingers, tuck your toes, and sit back onto your heels. So we get a stretch into the bottoms of the feet. Round your back from here, pointing your tailbone down, and shift your shoulders forward over your wrists. Lift your chin and your tailbone. Inhale. Now as we exhale, we round the back again and sit back onto your heels. Just keep moving in this movement. The inhales goes up. Lift the chin and the tail. Exhale, we round and sit back. If you want more extension, you can inch your hands more forward to get a little more length underneath the arms. So doing this with your breathing, inhales to come up, lift the chin and the tail. Exhale to round and sink back. Still keeping those toes tucked under so we get lots of stretch to the bottoms of the feet. Really important to keep the hands wide open. So not letting your knuckles kind of round or curl. We want to think about opening up the fascia of the hands. This is our last one, going back. Inhale to come up to neutral, and we're moving into downward dog. So straighten the legs, lift your hips. Walk your hands back to your toes. So we're in a forward fold at the back of your mat. Inhale to roll up, stand. Arms up. Hold your left wrist and side bend over to the right. Now as we're here, think about pushing firmly into the left foot and draw the left armpit back. Bring your shoulders down so we're not hunching. Stay grounded into your left foot. Use your exhale, firm up your left abdominals, come up to stand, switch the wrist, go over to the left. Try to keep your head in between your arms. Keep your toes pointed forward so we're not like pigeon toeing the toes in or out. Right foot is grounded, left hand is pulling the right wrist over. Get lots of breath into your right lung. Exhale to come up to neutral. Take your elbows into cactus. So the elbows are going to stay at the height of the shoulders. We're just taking the palms to face the back of the room. Try not to hunch your shoulders. Then we come back up, palms face the front of the room. Try to keep elbows height of shoulders. So come down, palms face back, elbows stay high, and inhale, palms face forward. What we want to do here is get the rotation in the shoulder joint, but we also want to get some strengthening into the shoulder blades. So when you bring your hands back and up, think about pulling your shoulder blades down. When you bring your palms down, try not to let the shoulders hunch. So lots of engagement in your shoulder blades. This is going to help to strengthen our posture alignment. Our last one going up. Now release hands to the hips, take your feet wide. This time we can turn the toes out. I want you to make sure that the knees are in the same direction as your toes. So let's bend the knees nice and slow enough so that we can see where the angle is. Sometimes the knees will come inward from the toes. If that's the case, either pull your knees apart or turn your toes in line with the knees. So we're gonna stay here in this position with the feet. Inhale, come down. Exhale, straighten up. Inhale, bend the knees. They're pulling wide over the toes. Exhale, straighten up. Keep going. So work with your alignment. The top of your head is trying to reach towards the ceiling the whole time. Check the bottoms of your feet, keep them nice and wide so the toes are spread. And we're trying to envision you're taking the arches of the feet off the floor. Try not to lean forward with your squat. Don't let your shoulders hunch. Your chin stays parallel to the floor the whole time we go up and down, and those glutes don't release. So as you come down, don't release them. Feel them squeeze as you go up. Feel them squeeze as you come down. We just have 2 more. Check in with those toes, keep them spread. This is our last one up. And release. The feet come back in. Grab your dumbbells. 1 dumbbell in each hand, feet are hip distance apart, lower belly drawn in, shoulder blades down your back. Exhale the arms out to a T. You want to feel your abdominal wall engage when you do that. Inhale, come down, so the palms are facing inward. Exhale out to the side. So as we're going out, the shoulder blades stay down. Inhale, hands down. Going back out, take 3 seconds to do that. Coming back down, take 3 seconds to do that. So we're gonna go together. Exhale out, 3, 2, 1, down. 3, 2, 1. Good job, keep going. So keep that tempo and think like you're trying to pull your feet apart as well. So we've got the engagement of the arms and the legs. Sometimes we tend to hunch when we bring the arms up. I want you to think about pulling the space between and below your shoulder blades, pulling it down. And as you're going up with the arms, the navel draws in to get stronger into the core. Exhale up, nice and slow. Don't rush the lowering down. We have 3 more. Power it up. Don't forget about the legs. Inhale down, 2 more. Strong through the legs all the way up to the top of the head. Good, and we got 1 more. Out and release it down. Taking the dumbbells down. Hands on your hips. Spread your toes, point them forward. Try to get them as wide as you can. We're lifting the heels up and lower down. When you bring your heels down, lift your toes again. So heels go up, heels down, toes go up. Toes down, heels up. So as we're doing this, we want to try to maintain lots of mobility at the bottoms of the feet and strength in the toes, strength in the calves. There's a little micro bend of the knees, and we're using the exhale to go up, so you can even use your hands there to kind of feel your belly engage with your exhalation. So every time we get the exhale out, the belly gets stronger. Keep going, 4 more. Try not to drop down, try not to bang your heels down. Control it as you lower. Good, 2 more. Nice and tall with the top of the head. And release that down. Let's grab our dumbbells again. Take your left foot forward, right foot back, coming into a lunge, everyone's favorite. So try not to like lean and wobble. The reason why we do one leg forward, one leg back is to learn to stabilize the pelvis, get those stabilizing muscles strong. Palms hold the dumbbells right beside you. Inhale, bend your right knee under your right hip. There's a lot of mobility in that back foot. Exhale, come up. Inhale, come down. Exhale up. So we want to work with that left foot pushing into the floor, the top of the head up to the ceiling, and try to get your back heel towards the ceiling. Using that inhale to come down, power up your exhale as you go up. Try not to let your right knee touch the floor. So it's a very like a hover over the floor, but you choose how low. It doesn't have to be a really deep bend if it doesn't feel good on that back foot. We still got to work on that mobility. And also check in with that front knee. Don't let it wobble. So this is where we really work at that stabilizing through the hip. We got 3 more. Check in with the tips of your shoulders. See if you can just draw them back a little bit. Not necessarily squeezing shoulder blades together, but think about the tips of your shoulders trying to pull to the back of the room. Last one up. Right foot steps forward. Left foot goes back. And top of the head is nice and tall. Spread right toes and let's go down. Inhale. Hover that back knee. Exhale up. And if you're feeling a little wobbly, that's okay, that's normal, until we get our stability or stabilizing muscles stronger. But avoid gripping with your toes. Like subconsciously, when we think we're about to fall, we'll squeeze the toes, but that just makes the ankle tighter, makes the knee tighter. And of course, we're never gonna get that foot to open up if we keep squeezing it. So nice and slow down. Power up with that heel, that right heel pushing you up. 5 more. Moving with the breath. Try not to rush. 4. 3, that right glute working. Last 2. And last 1. Ground into your feet. We're still holding the dumbbells. Toes are pointed forward. Top of the head to the ceiling. Deep breath in. We're going out to the side with the arms. Exhale. Inhale down. Don't let the shoulders hunch. We're going into a heel lift. Exhale, heels up, arms up. Good. Inhale down. Little wobbling is okay. Power up. Make sure that you're not holding your breath. We want to think about that rib cage expanding. So as you bring the arms down, it's an inhale, and feel that widening of the rib cage. The exhale going up is squeezing the navel in. Don't let yourself drop down. The same strength that you use to go up, still use that same strength to come down. Don't let yourself drop. Not through the heels and not through the arms. Nice and slow. And use your shoulder blades to help hold you up. Use the wide toes. So make sure you're not gripping. If you grip, then you're not going to be able to stretch those toes out. Last 3. Nice and slow. If you need to, you can skip the heel raise. Exhale up, inhale down. We just got 1 more. Exhale up, inhale down. Take your dumbbells aside. We're going to do a balance. If you need, you can use the wall. Left hand can hold the wall lightly just to help with some balance. But ground into your left foot. Spread your left toes. Top of the head stays tall, pelvis doesn't shift. Bring your right leg out to the right. Inhale, bring it down. You can lightly touch or hover. Exhale, bring it out. So notice the tendency, try not to like jut your hip over to the side. And when you bring your leg up, keep your toes all pointing in the same direction. Sometimes that right leg wants to rotate out, but then we'll end up getting the quad. We want to get more into that hip. So think about the right toes and the left toes pointing in the same direction forward from you. Both sides of the abdominals are lengthened. So notice we're not tilting. That right hip doesn't lift. We're just lifting the leg as high as we can, keeping the pelvis in a neutral position. That left glute is squeezing and the left knee is softly bent. Once you notice your left toes are gripping, just release that, spread your toes and bring them back down. This is our last one. And lower down. Spread your toes, circle the ankle, take a break. We're going to grab our dumbbells again. Palms are facing in. As we exhale, we're just doing a bicep curl. Inhale, hands down. Now I want you to check your elbows. Get them away from your sides. Exhale, bend the elbows. Inhale, straighten the arms. When you straighten the arms, they completely straighten. Exhale, bend. You can have a little micro bend in the elbows, but I don't want you like landing halfway. All the way down, exhale, all the way up. Don't let your body sway with your movement. Keep your upper ribs tucked in so that you've got some engagement in your abdominal wall the whole time. Now think about that shoulder girdle. Pulling your shoulder blades down. So we're even feeling this in the back, not just in the biceps. Feeling it in the shoulders as we're taking our elbows out a little wider. Tendency sometimes when the dumbbells get too heavy, sometimes we end up like using the body as support. So I want you to just be aware, we're lifted chest, elbows slightly off of you. Shoulder girdle activated and the tips of the shoulders trying to slightly roll back. We've got 3 more here. When you bend, really get that extra squeeze of the bicep. Little micro bend of your knees, toes are spread. Last 2, belly squeezes in at the end of the exhale. We got 1 more. And take that down. Moving on to the other side, the right hand can hold the wall if you need. Spread the right toes, little micro bend of the knee, and the left leg goes out. Exhale. You can have your hands on your hips just to help notice where your hips are in space, trying not to let that left hip lift. Just the leg. And if that means that the leg doesn't go up super high, that's okay. The right toes have a nice wide base. The right knee softly bent. And you really want to feel that right glute squeezing like you're making a fist out of that right glute muscle. Don't let your chin tuck down. You can visualize you've got a string at the top of your head pulling you up. Check in with those left toes. Keep them internally rotated slightly, pointed forward. Belly is strong the whole time. We've only got 2 more, nice and slow. Exhale out. Inhale down, nice and strong with that right leg. Exhale out. Inhale down. Good job. Grab your dumbbells. We're going back into our squat. Take your feet wide. Hands hold the dumbbells right at the chest. Now remember, we want to feel the shoulders are actively holding you. Inhale, bend the knees, pull them wide over your toes. Exhale, come up. Keep your arches, like the inner edges of the feet, slightly lifted. This is going to give us a little more awareness, excuse me, of the glutes. And remember, we're not dropping. So you want to feel the action of your glutes in both directions. So you're not just dropping down. You're using the muscles of the hamstrings, the glutes to slow your movement down. Nice and easy with that control. Inhale down, slow. Exhale up. Good job. We got 5 more. Like you're sliding your back up and down the wall. The head in line with the shoulders. And the shoulder blades pulling down. So we got that back activated. Last 2. Power it up. And our last 1. Up. Still holding your dumbbells. Walk your feet in, hip distance apart. Elbows are bent at the height of the shoulders. Pull your shoulder blades down. So we don't want to end up here with the shoulders. Pull your shoulder blades down, and you're feeling the muscle behind your shoulder blade and below the shoulder blade. So inhale, prepare. We're going into a shoulder press. Exhale, arms up. Inhale and bend. Nice and slow. Up, exhale. Inhale down. You want to feel the power of the core engage as you go up. Feel the width of your back as you inhale to come down. Strong exhale squeezes navel in. Nice wide rib cage as you bring the elbows down, height of shoulders. Keep going. In and out through the nose. If you need to breathe out of the mouth, that's fine, but just make sure that you're not panting through the mouth. You want to keep control. But of course, it's best if you breathe out of the nose. Inhale, elbows height of shoulders. Exhale, belly squeezes, lift the arms. We've got 4 more. Power up. Good. Inhale down. Keep a little micro bend in your knees. Exhale up. This is 3. We got 2 more. Really feeling those shoulders working. Exhale, 2. Good. Nice tall posture. Exhale, last one. Yeah, I felt that. So let's take that down. Our second set of our balance. Left toes spread. Micro bend the left knee. Hold the wall with the left hand if you need, lightly. Exhale, right leg goes out. Inhale down, lightly hover. Keep going. So steady pelvis, left knee micro bend. Top of the head is lifted. Toes are both pointed, same direction. The lifting leg can stay straight. The left leg, so the standing leg, has a little micro bend. You're going to feel that left quad, that left hamstring, and glute activated to hold you up. Also still working our abdominal wall, keeping us nice and tall. Check in with those toes. Keep them spread open. We got 2 more. Don't let your chin tuck down. Don't look down. Look forward. This is our last one, going out and lower down. We're going back to our dumbbells. Second set of our shoulder press. We can do this. Ground the feet, hip distance apart. Elbows height of the shoulders. Inhale to prepare. Spread your toes. Exhale, press it up. Inhale, come down, widening your ribs as you come down. Exhale, up, squeezing the navel in. Keep going. You can count 3 seconds down and 3 seconds up. Keep your toes spread. Feel like you're trying to pull your feet apart. When you bring your elbows down, it's at a 90-degree bend at the elbows. Try not to make a triangle shape with your elbows. Try not to let the shoulders hunch. So remember the back. Activate your core and your shoulder blades. So your whole center line is engaged. Top of the head reaching towards the ceiling. Don't rush the movement. Last 3. See if you can tuck your upper ribs in. Almost done this set. Last 2. Good, good. Feel that burn. And Last one. Good. Take that down. We're going to go over to the other side. Right hand can hold the wall if you need. Little micro bend in that right knee. Core is strong. Let's go. Left leg out. Exhale. Inhale down. When you do your inhale, we're always thinking about that rib cage expanding. So as the leg comes down, think about the ribs opening up. As the leg goes out, think about navel squeezing in. Nice control with that standing leg. Right toes spread, left toes turned in. Not allowing that left hip to wobble and not allowing your right hip to shift. Tendency is to look down. I want you to work on your posture, get taller. If you need to look at the floor for your balance, then look forward and down to the floor. So we're not rounding shoulders, we're not tucking chin. We got 3 more. Feel your right glute squeeze. Good. Last 2. Yep. And last 1. Get your feet down, grab your dumbbells. Working our hamstrings a little bit here. So the toes are pointed forward, hip distance apart or slightly wider. Palms are holding the dumbbells facing your thighs. Keep your spine straight. Chin goes forward as you lean forward. So we're not looking down. Exhale to come up. Pelvis slightly tucks down. Inhale, bum towards the back wall. Exhale, come up. Pull from the back of the legs to come up. Inhale, forward. Don't let your shoulders round. Exhale, come up. So we're using the back, the natural curves of the back. You've got that natural curve back of the neck, natural curve at the low back. And we're putting lots of weight into the heels. We have equal weight on left and right sides. And our toes are still spread nice and wide. So we've got the stretch of the hamstring going all the way down to the bottom of the foot. This is really good for our foot mobility, our hamstring mobility, and even our nerves in the backs of the legs. When you get to the top of your movement, try to get your head to straighten up so you're getting taller when you stand, getting the lower belly to squeeze in. Nice and slow. We got 4 more. Make sure that the knees don't hyperextend. There's always a little bend. And if your hamstrings are tight, you might not go very far, and that's okay. Just go to the range that the hamstrings are flexible. And then as we practice, we'll open them up. We got 2 more here. Strong exhale, squeezes navel in. We got 1 more. Exhale, coming up. Good. Take your dumbbells down. Come onto the floor. Onto your back. Palms are beside you. I want you to think about pushing into the floor with your arms. Think about your shoulder blades pushing into the floor. We got the natural curve at the back of the neck. So just notice we're not pulling the chin towards the throat. I want you to think about pushing the back of your head into the floor. And that way we've got the natural curve of the back of the neck, strengthening our posture alignment. Heels are grounded, feet are grounded. Deep breath in. Push the bum up, lifting pelvis off the floor. Don't do anything yet. Just stay here and think about pointing your tailbone to the ceiling. Think about pulling your shins to the front wall. Now that's where we're going to land each time. Inhale, lower the bum. See if you can just let it hover over the floor. Exhale and lift. But as you're lifting, you're tilting tailbone up, pulling shins forward. Inhale down. Push hard with your hands, your shoulder blades, and the back of your head. Exhale up, shifting the pelvis forward. Keep going. If you need, your feet can go wider, and just make sure that your knees are in line with your feet. Notice if you're putting more weight on one foot than the other, or maybe on one part of the foot. Sometimes we tend to roll to the inner or outer edge of the foot. If you're feeling this in your low back, it's a good indication that you're arching too much. I want you to think about pulling forward, not lifting navel to ceiling, but more like knees to front wall. Don't forget about your arms, the whole back line. You're pushing with your hands, your feet, the back of your head. Everything through the back line is working. We've got 2 more. Don't let your glutes release when you come down. Keep them squeezing, squeezing, squeezing. Good. 1 more. Up. Keep them squeezing as we lower down slow. Now, left hand behind your head. Inhale here. Left elbow to your right knee. Exhale, bring them up towards center. Bring your right leg straight forward, left elbow left, head comes down. Exhale, bring it up. Left elbow, right knee. Inhale, take it down. Let your head rest onto your left palm. Exhale, squeeze. Right abdominals active. Inhale, down. Widen the elbow. Exhale, squeeze. Keep going at this pace. We go slow enough to get the deep contraction, the deep layers of the abdominal wall. This also helps to create some balance through the left and right sides of the body. If you need, your right foot can stay on the floor and move just through left elbow. If you want a little more challenge, then use the leg, but as long as you're challenged, wherever you are is good. Last one. Release your head down. Switch sides, left palm on the floor, right palm behind the head. Deep breath in, nothing is rushed here. Exhale, right elbow, left knee, bring it in. Inhale, open it up. So try to shoot the toes forward. Exhale, pulling from the navel to come in. The head is supported by your right hand. The exhalation goes deep into the lower belly. Nice and slow. If you need, that left foot can come down. Make sure you don't come down from your lift until you've completed the full exhalation. That's when we know we can get that deeper contraction. As you come up, exhale all your air out. Inhale to come down. Nice and long with the leg. Keep going. 4 more. Don't let your belly pop up. So as you exhale, belly squeezes in. But notice as you open the elbow and the leg, don't let the navel lift. So you're always keeping that core engaged. We have 1 more, nice and slow. And release. The head down, hands down. Plant your feet, hip distance or slightly wider. We've got our hip lifts. Inhale. Bum up, exhale. Shift your shins forward, push your arms down. Let's go. Nice and slow down to hover. Exhale, pull it up to lift. Lift and forward. So we're not compressing anything in the low back. Feel that your back is working. We're working a straight spine, a neutral spine. So the shoulder blades are pushing down. The top of the head is reaching away. There is no tension in the feet, so keep checking the heels, the forefoot, the toes, powering up equally from both feet. Don't release it down until you've got that full deep squeeze of the glutes at the top. Keep them squeezing as you lower down. We just have 2 more. Exhale up. Inhale down. Don't forget about those arms, those hands pushing into the floor. And release. Bring your knees to your chest, hands to your shins, rock side to side. And then we'll stay here, left foot down, right leg up, hands behind the leg, and slow circle through the ankle. And go the other way. Release the foot, left leg up, and slow circle. And going the other way. And roll to one side. Use your hands to help you come up. Bring your ankles to cross, fingertips beside you, right ear, right shoulder. And breathing through the left side of the neck. Keep your fingertips pushing into the floor. Bring your head up and left ear, left shoulder. Keep pushing fingertips down. Bring the head up. Tuck your chin. Breathing through the back of the neck. And lifting the chin up. Feel the throat open up. Bring it back to center, neutral position, and we did it. Good work.